for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh, Neckbeards!
Oh my God, this energy that came in on the equinox, and then as far as Aries, and it's like,
Shit.
my morning was hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Woke up late, and then it was a matter of had therapy, and then it was a matter of phone calls in the middle of therapy, and yeah, it finally calmed down this afternoon. It really did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, had to take kid to the doctor to make sure he's got another kidney stone, and to make sure that he didn't have any kind of infection. And it's like, this is medical care in Appalachian Mountains, that for a CT scan, the two hospitals that were closest to us, which are about 20 to 30 minutes from us one way, had no openings until April. None. Today is the 20th of March. And that we would have had to have gone to a hospital that's about 45 to an hour away from us, one way, to get an opening.
To a hospital that's honestly not that great.
No, none of them are. And it's like, let's call it like it is. Ballad Health. It's a monopoly. They have a monopoly on all the hospitals in the area, and they are holding us hostage.
Literally. Ballad Health is literally holding us hostage.
Mm-hmm. Because they made it to where
the medical mafia.
Yeah. Only specific hospitals, which were a long way from us, had certain tests available. One of which was Johnson City. Johnson City is about an hour and a half from us one way.
Yeah. Yeah. Which that is not feasible.
So this is what happens, and you've got a lot of people, they are going without medical care and medical treatment because they can't make the drive. Mm-hmm. And that's insane.
It is insane.
And I will ask you, it's like, please pray for our area. There was a tragedy early this morning. I won't go into details because I don't know the details. But it did involve people that we know.
Yeah.
And just be in prayer for people. And it's like, you never know what other people are living, what their circumstances are, what they're living with, through, whatever.
No, you never know.
And, and then you've got people that's already speculating and putting it in the gossip. My God, already the gossip. And I'm like, do not accuse people of anything until you find out the facts, because gossip is so hurtful.
First of all, why would you put that out on Facebook anyway?
It's nobody's business.
This is what happens when you get those fucking Karens, and shit like that.
Yeah. And it's like, that was one of the phone calls. It was somebody that's dear to us called because the individual was upset because it involved people he was kin to. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh my God. And it's like, if he doesn't know details, no, I'm not going to say anything other than please pray.
Yeah. Literally.
Because we don't know the circumstances. I've been on the receiving end of gossip before, and it hurts.
Mm-hmm. He could have come up if he was, if he wanted to.
Well, I
understand, like, what
well, we don't know what's going on in his world today, but it's like, I did send a text, and, as far as certain specifics, he didn't say anything, he didn't elaborate anything more than what he had told me this morning. The news simply said that the situation was under investigation, and just to leave it. They didn't name names or anything like that, and so neither will we. We wouldn't name names anyhow if we did know the specifics.
Right.
Because that ain't cool. Mm-mm. So just be in prayer.
It's a shocker,
It really was. When it involves somebody that you know, and it's like, oh, dear God. Yeah. And it's like the people, it's kind. The ones that we have known have been kind. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't know. You never know what's going on. And that is one thing about in the mountains. Sometimes if people have a really hard something going on, they don't always go out and talk about it.
No.
It's not like the people are making TikToks all the time.
No, they're actually living real life, and they don't feel the need to spread it.
No. I mean, I think it's some of these younger, and sometimes the urban ones that's doing some of this stuff. It's just absolutely horrible things. That I saw somebody had posted a clip of this lady. Some tragedy had that her wife and child had been killed, and they had started a GoFundMe, and she was dancing around with all the cash. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Yeah, for real. Be careful who you give to. Make sure that it's legit.
Yeah. Don't fall for that shit.
Yeah, because there's a whole lot of... I mean, what we've been going through astrologically and stuff, it's dragging the ugly out of people.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are the most ugly do not have the ability for self-reflection.
No, they don't. They don't at all. I don't think they don't actually look at themselves and be like, if I do this, this is going to cause this. This is going to be really bad if I do this.
I think we got a lot of psychopaths out there. I think there's more than we ever dreamed.
More sociopaths, psychopaths,
narcissists. I mean, and Scripture talks about somebody having a seared conscience, and it's just, that means to where they have refused to become self-reflective or listen to the voice of God, because that conscience, that is the voice of God going, you messed up there. You messed up. And you can push that away to the point you no longer hear it. And then your conscience, it's like a scar. It scars over, and you don't even feel it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Which if it gets to that point, that's a scary fucking thing.
Absolutely. That is a sad state of affairs right there. And another sad state of affairs, and we're going to mix a little bit of humor in with our tragedy today. If you all know the term neckbeard, now some of you may not have heard that. That is more... Did that start on 4chan? Everything starts on 4chan.
I don't know, but it definitely did start with the millennials.
Mm-hmm.
Milady. Those are the people with the beard that they're always the big heavy guys.
They're unkempt.
With the beard that goes all the way to... I can't say much. I haven't trimmed my beard in about a week.
He does not. He's a very nice looking young man.
This is 1 month old beard. I need to do something with it. But it's these people that are incels. They're incels.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very unkempt. Very unkempt.
It goes even
and usually
beyond that.
They're rats.
What do you mean by rats?
Actually, no, that's an insult to rats, because rats are actually fairly clean.
Yeah.
They're very hygienic.
Yeah.
These people are not. They are self-absorbed. They big babies.
A lot of them. And it's like some of the people, and Grok, I had him make an image. In the image, when I put it on the computer, no, because that person just looks piteous. And so we're using from South Park.
Mm-hmm.
And Kid had told me that South Park, now I have tried to watch South Park in the past. I can't do it. Because they offend everybody.
Everyone. No one is safe from getting offended in South Park.
Yeah, I just can't. I mean, I think I did watch some of the episodes.
Uh-huh. Not all of them were bad.
Where were we in the hospital that you were watching South Park episodes? Was that you or your brother?
I was in the hospital.
Okay.
I was in the hospital that time.
I can't remember which one.
It was either really bad kidney pain, or that was when I pulled a muscle in my abdomen or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Either way.
But those episodes were not horrible. I made it through those.
Yeah, not all episodes are egregious.
And so that's where image on the screen comes from.
That is a newer one that came from that was back in 2006.
Yeah.
So what does that say? The fact that there are still people like that,
And it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
But what was the name of it? It was just South Park, and it was World of Warcraft.
It was World of Warcraft, and they actually somehow, some way, World of Warcraft signed up for that episode to actually animate parts that were in.
Why? It was free. It was advertising for them.
I just figured
it was advertising. They don't care.
You're right, because based on that community, yeah, they definitely do not care. They are watching South Park too.
Mm-hmm. When they're not doing I can't say it.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Now they got it playing on their TV while they're playing.
God. And
drink my mustache.
Within some of these people's lives, we watch this. It's called Some Ordinary Gamers, and it's Mutahar. And Mutahar is millennial, and he will show things that I never wanted to see or know. But I am not his target audience. But I'm like, oh God, there's people that actually live like this.
Yeah.
And we're talking, it's like an episode of Hoarders, only worse.
Mm-hmm. Because... Like, literally, if they spill chips on themselves, much like the episode, they'll just knock it into the floor. Crumbs all over the place. Drink bottles stacked up. Cans of soda fucking stacked up, spilled. They haven't washed or even vacuumed their carpet in God knows how long. Probably like 3 or 5 years.
They haven't done that to their bodies.
They haven't washed their ass. I watched one of those. I watched someone very similar to that dude that Cartman, Kenny, all those little characters were fighting against. I watched one of those today, and this is going to be gross for this morning.
Yeah, this is a gross one, so I'll have to remember a warning.
He's a live streamer, and I found out his Twitch name, and I'm not going to expose it.
Don't.
But I'm like, oh God, he didn't delete his account after that. He shat himself right there on stream. And looked
on purpose?
No.
Okay. But if you had done
he sat there in the face that he sort of
continued to sit there.
Yes.
And they have shown pictures where these people, instead of them getting up and going to the bathroom, were just pissing empty bottles, and so they've got all over around the room. Now somebody is enabling these people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has to be their mothers.
Yes. Most of the time, yes. That is who it is.
So when they talk about some of these 30 and 40-year-olds living in their mother's basements and
there's a
with the tendies, and that's for real.
Yeah.
We don't know how many people, we don't know how many there really are. That's horrifying.
I think it's best if we don't know, but that is one reason why I do not want to get in that community.
I don't blame you. Because that
is, and let me tell you, some of their morals are some of the worst, like, degenerate shit I have ever heard of.
Yeah. And you know, if it was just a matter of, and this was where some female, and it's like, there's a reason that we need the male to balance us out. It's like, oh, God love them. Bless their heart. They're pitiful. They're this. No, not always. Some of these people are the most vile humans. They're filled with hate. These are some of the ones that are doing some of these horrible online things. Mm-hmm. And they truly have become trolls, not in just the internet sense. I mean, we're talking as living under the bridge.
That's where it came from.
Yeah. Yeah. But what does that say about our society, that this is a thing? It's a
scary thing.
And like I said, it's one of those just hateful human beings.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the most volatile type of people. And listen, they ain't even, some of them legit, Those are the people that will usually dox the shit out of someone because they offended their waifu.
Mm-hmm. Well, what?
Because they went after or offended their waifu. They dissed their waifu.
What the fuck is a waifu?
Wannabe wife. Like, that's usually... It's anime. Weeb terms.
Okay.
The waifu is the girl that you simp over, that you're fantasizing about.
Okay.
About the character or whatever.
So that's like the Miku thing and stuff?
Yeah, she's some people's waifu.
Oh, God. Like, we have a mental health crisis in the world. I mean, we truly do. Because it's not just an American thing.
No.
It's worldwide.
Yeah. It's sort of been that way, and we're just now seeing some of it, you know?
But it is just absolutely... And there has been a spate of swatting and doxing, and just... I really am concerned that we have a coup happening in our nation right now. We are just on the verge of it.
I think it's the verge of it, because it's just... I think
if something isn't done soon, I mean, it just truly, it's frightening to me.
Well, that's what happens when you brainwash people into having Trump derangement syndrome.
Well, yeah. I mean, that you have people... There was a video of this dude that was... I would say that he probably would qualify as Neckbeard, except that he was able to walk on his own volition. Had gone up to a Tesla... had keyed it, and then had put his hands down the back of his shorts and wiped whatever all over the vehicle.
That's not just Neckbeard. That's just degenerate.
That's nasty.
Degenerate.
That's just...
It's volatile.
That's somebody that needs to be in a home someplace.
People who do that have so much... What's the word? Vitriol?
Mm-hmm.
Have so much vitriol in their spirit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will tell you this.
And they cannot... They lack rational thinking to the point that they let their emotions literally wipe their ass on other people's cars.
It reminded me of monkeys and stuff like that when they're upset, flinging shit.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I'm not a fan of the monkeys.
Feral.
The monkeys are, vulgar.
Right.
Do not take small children around monkeys.
Like you say that Gen X is half feral or whatever.
Yeah.
That type of shit. Now that's feral.
We joke about it. I mean, we actually know how to behave ourselves in public for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's like the only time that I have seen people have that type of behavior, and it's not... There are different varieties. There's different mental illnesses and how they manifest. And even with schizophrenia, but that is the common one that has this fascination with feces.
Mm-hmm. They'll paint with it.
Oh, yeah. They used to do that down at the jail quite frequently.
Recently, I saw an art piece, an quote-unquote art piece. It was shit. It was shit that someone shat onto a canvas. That ain't art.
That ain't art.
That's disgusting.
That's mental illness.
Yeah.
And that's a biohazard. There's a reason that people's health increased when we had proper sanitation and proper hygiene. And that's sad that you have to remind people to wash your damn hands.
And ass.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it just appalls me that any of these restaurants have employees wash your hands before returning to work. And I'm like...
Wash your hands.
Oh, God.
And put new gloves on. Do not use the same gloves that you just used to pick your nose and pick your ass with.
That's horrible. We honestly do not. The places that we go as far as fast food, for the most part, we know the people that work there.
For the most part, yeah. And they're hygienic.
Very. Or we wouldn't go there. We cook at home lots. I mean, I know what I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But it's just been insane. And from what Leo King had said, I watched part of it and get all of it on his deep astrology thing. And he said the 20th is going to be, not the 20th. I think he said Saturday, because today is the 20th. I thought, oh God, maybe it was today. But no, I think Saturday, which will be the 22nd, of course. I'll have to go back and re-listen to it, but I know he was talking about as far as relationships, and do not allow yourself to get dragged back into, if it's served its purpose, do not mind fuck yourself as far as going, well, maybe, and because I've had to deal with this personally lately.
With relationships?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We both been going through that.
Yeah. And after so many periods of time, and it's like, there comes a point in time when God's like, enough. Mm-hmm. And so with these neckbeards, there's some people that can be helped, and honestly, for whatever reason, there's some people that can't. And if you've done all you can do, let it go, step aside, and let God be God.
Mm-hmm. Literally, you just throw your hands up and be like, God, it's up to you now.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
This is why those of you who are in urban environments, we truly, I worry about y'all. I do. Because there's so much crazy out there. And, you know, and God love you. If you happen to be one of these neckbeards and it's your, I doubt you'd be listening to us. But pray for me. Go get some help, honey. Go get some help.
If you are a neckbeard, wash your ass daily.
Yeah. But go get some help. You do not, I think that internet and gaming and stuff like that very much can fall in the same category as any other form of addiction. Maybe families need to do an intervention on some of these things.
Well, the thing is, some of these games, like literally, it's, you know how you doom scroll some days?
I very rarely doom scroll.
Hence why I said some days.
Okay, there's a few. Okay, whatever. Theoretically, if I doom scroll.
Don't pull that shit with me. Don't pull that shit with me.
I'll just sit there. I'm in a few.
We all do it. We all do it.
Can you doom scroll on a laptop?
Yes.
Okay.
You can doom scroll on a desktop. You can doom scroll on a laptop. You can doom scroll on an iPad, iPhone, iPod, whatever the fuck you got. MP3 2.0, whatever the fuck.
I've triggered him. Oh God, I've triggered him.
We all do it. Now I forgot my point. Anyway, that's like when I play Minecraft and you're building for so long or whatever. Like literally, you can be so focused on your build that hours will pass because something just takes so long.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and I get it with sometimes with League and World of Warcraft, when you're in a game, you're locked in. Like, for example, League, if you leave early or something happens, you are risking your account getting banned. That is League's own terms of service right there. Your account can get banned if you leave mid-game.
And how long do the games last?
30 minutes.
Well, 30
minutes to an hour, depending on the team.
You know, and I can understand that, to have that commitment, because if you've got a team and you can't have people just leaving randomly because you no longer have a team. Mm-hmm. But as far as and I've seen people do this, that this is a substitution. It's a substitute reality.
Yeah.
Instead of them actually going out and living life, they've got this pseudo life.
The second life. Now that's something. That game is something. It's like it's almost like a more advanced version of IMVU, except you can actually do shit in there. Like you can actually make your avatar walk and stuff like that, and you can make money or whatever in that game. And
I'm not saying that it doesn't have its place for certain people, but it's like, and it's just like the one, what is it, VTuber or whatever?
The VTubers? Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse. That she has some severe health issues, but through that, she actually has more of a life than she could in the real world.
Yeah, it has actually helped her a lot. And now she's been able to do more. She has done more through VTubing that she's been able to do in real life, because most of her life she's been bedridden.
Mm-hmm. But let's face it,
and she can't go outside.
That is not the norm. That's the exception. You know, because you've got a lot of people that their lives are passing them by.
Mm-hmm.
And to sit there and go, okay, I've done this for 10, 20, 30 years. What do I have to show?
Right.
Because if the electricity goes out, what do you got?
If the internet goes away in one day, it can take one day for the internet to go away. All of it.
One CME.
Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Iron Mouse actually does have stuff to show for it, but like physical stuff, like plushies, figurines, and stuff like that.
Right.
Be like, I did this.
Like I said, she's the exception to the rule.
But other people who also have merchandise and stuff, But most of these people that have wasted their lives on League of Legends just on their own, not even making a career,
Yeah.
They got nothing.
Yeah.
That's like me. That's like all the money I've spent on IMView, and I have nothing.
Right.
To physically show.
Right. And
except for the art, if I printed it out.
And that's the new gimmick. And it is a gimmick.
It's a gotcha.
To sit there and pay for something, to pay for air. You're paying for air.
Yeah.
You don't have it. You don't have it.
No.
If you can't hold it in your hands, if it's not tangible,
it ain't yours.
You don't own it.
Right. Right.
We'll not get into our fiat currency system. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm waiting for no joke, I'm waiting for the day that Bitcoin just completely just tanks.
I don't think that's going to happen because where we are going into this age of Aquarius, and I don't know enough about that stuff to ask a question. I've had people try to explain it, and it just doesn't. It's something I don't need to know because I ain't got enough to invest in shit. I could invest in maybe a stick of bubble gum. That's about it, which is tangible.
Do you know how many GPUs or CPUs that we would need to mine for Bitcoin?
I don't, like I said, honey,
we would need over 10 or 20. Those things. So that's over 10 grand.
If you could afford all that stuff, you could be investing in actual tangible silver and gold and different things like that. Mm-hmm. That's the reason some of these wealthy people invest in jewelry.
Right. It's an investment.
Yes.
That's why not only just jewelry, but other like luxury items or whatever, if they're real. That is an investment. They can sell it off at some point if times get tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We gonna be out here with tree bark.
You can do
and possums.
You can do a lot with tree bark.
Yeah.
You can make some cool stuff with tree bark.
I'm talking about eating it. Yeah. Pray for us.
Oh no.
Pray for
us.
We
wouldn't have to eat tree bark. We got deer.
Yeah.
And if times get tough, we got possum.
God, I love them. It would be so hard.
I refuse to eat the possum.
That would be hard. Our ancestors did. But anyhow, like I said, if you've got a gaming addiction or internet addiction or something like that, get you some help. For real.
Gulp into the mic.
Of course, because Aries season, it'll get worse. Oh, God, it'll get worse. And it's like the Virgo parts of me are like, oh, God, just hunker down. Just hunker down. You can do this. You can do this. Everybody's having paranormal. Everybody is having supernatural. Everybody. You want to tell the folks where we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X. Orlanda's COCWS. You can check me out on there too. That alien sable.
Sorry, this one was gross, but it needed to be discussed. And people are like, did it really? Yeah, because those people are out there. Know who's amongst you.
But the thing is, there's a lot grosser things about those neckbeards than just shit.
Don't go ending up.
I'm just saying.
You can,
there's
if you want
worse.
to go down that rabbit hole, information is available.
Yeah. There's a lot worse.
Yeah. And it's just like, no. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.